Stock markets have slumped and global oil prices have jumped above $110 a barrel as the escalating US-Israeli war with Iran has fueled fears of prolonged disruption to shipments through the Strait of Hormuz.
미국과 이스라엘, 이란 간 전쟁 여파로 호르무즈 해협을 통한 운송 중단 사태가 장기화될 수 있다는 우려가 커지면서 글로벌 증시가 일제히 하락하고 국제유가가 배럴당 110달러 선을 넘어섰습니다. Tell us more.
Well, any war in the Middle East, any military action is going to lead to disruption because that's where a lot of the world's oil comes from.
Yeah.
And what's been happening in Iran with US and Israeli maneuvers has basically sent everybody scattering in panic and worry.
Yeah.
And this has led to disruptions in the market. If we look at oil prices, Monday morning, yesterday, Brent crude was 24% higher. At $114.74.
And when we say crude, we're talking about 원유.
Yes, unprocessed oil.
Processed oil.
And then the NYMEX light sweet was up by 26% to $114.78. And that also led to the stock markets falling. They fell really sharply, not just Korea, but also in Japan, in Hong Kong, in Australia. And basically, there was a 20-minute halt to trading yesterday because it fell so much here, the Kospi index.
Oh, really?
We had issues last week as well. Ever since these attacks on Iran has begun, we've seen fluctuations in the stock market, and here especially.
Yeah.
So there was a circuit breaker put in place so that it could curb panic selling.
Yeah, actually, immediately after the attack, people were saying, oh, stock prices haven't fallen as much as we thought.
Yes.
But then it's been going up and down, actually more down than up in the days following.
Exactly, and it's one of these situations where really we don't have a clue how things will pan out. It could be that everything gets resolved. It could be the crisis continues.
Yeah.
And either option is going to have a massive impact on oil prices and gas prices and the stock market.
그래요. 자, 여기서 일단 Strait of Hormuz. Straight가 여기서는 해협이라는 뜻인데 S-T-R-A-I-T 이렇게 씁니다.
Yes, a strait doesn't have to be straight.
네, 그 반듯하다라는 뜻의 straight는 끝에 GHT가 들어가는데요. 발음은 똑같지만 전혀 다른 단어라는 거. 그래서 Strait of Hormuz, 이 호르무즈 해협은 세계 원유 수송의 핵심 통로죠. 너무나 중요한 곳입니다.
It's such a narrow passageway. Every tanker in the region that wants to pass through has to go through the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah. It's very narrow as well.
Very, very narrow.
Yeah.
And the issue is, well, if you get caught there, if you get attacked there, there's very little you can do. So it could lead to death and destruction.
그래서 항로가 사실상 지금 막힌 상태입니다. 그러다 보니 이제 이런 그 원유 국제 유가에 크게 영향을 미치게 되는 상황이 발생하고 있는데요. Oil production has pretty much been curtailed or reduced. Let's have a look at some expressions in the headline. Stock markets have slumped.
Oh, just listen to the sound of it. Slump. It's not a nice word.
No.
If you're having a bad day at work, your shoulders may slump. They may sort of sag down.
Sure.
So the meaning of slump is this sagging down, this downward movement and a negative downward movement. So we talk about something slumping means it's going down in a bad way. It's going to have a bad effect. If our shoulders slump, we're not feeling good.
Yeah.
We talk about the afternoon slump after lunch when everyone's feeling a bit tired.
Yeah,
I don't want to go back to work, Sue. Don't make me work.
그래요. 슬럼프가 명사로 쓰이기도 하고 우리도 외래어로 슬럼프에 빠졌다라고 하는데 I'm in a slump, you might
Exactly,
say.
yes.
자, 근데 여기선 동사예요. 그래서 이렇게 축 처지는 느낌입니다. 예를 들어서 안 좋은 소식을 들었을 때 어깨가 이렇게 축 처지고 가라앉을 수 있어요. 그러면 my shoulders slumped when I heard the news. 이런 식으로 말할 수 있고. Now, the war is escalating.
Yes, if something is escalating, it's getting bigger or longer or taller. It's increasing in whatever measure we're measuring it in. So if a war is escalating, there's more action, there's more violence, there are more attacks.
It's not the end of that attack there. It's going on and on every day on these international news channels. You'll see footage. It's not getting weaker. In fact, the attacks are just getting worse, I suppose.
Yes, and the stock market, those who work on it are hoping for de-escalation.
Yes,
they
that's
want the war
right.
to de-escalate.
그러네요. escalating이라는 것은 점점 올라간다, 고조된다라는 뜻인데 그 반대의 단어가 de-escalating이 되겠습니다. All right, well, here's the headline one more time. Stock markets have slumped and global oil prices have jumped above $110 a barrel as the escalating US-Israeli war with Iran has fueled fears of prolonged disruption to shipments through the Strait of Hormuz.